Fall is considered the off-season when it comes to travel because it means lower prices, fewer people, and nice weather. And joining us right now is travel advisor of Whimsical Destinations, Heather Tate. She joins us with some wonderful travel ideas for this year's fall adventures. Now, Heather, when it comes to fall, how can some people break the tradition of the Golden Triangle travel tradition, especially when it comes to the Gulf Coast, going to the Smoky Mountains and Orlando?
So what I've noticed over the years is that we in Northeast Mississippi love going to our same places, like our travel triangle, Gatlinburg, the Gulf Coast, and Orlando. But instead of those, even though they're all wonderful and I love them all, going places that are different than those, you might actually save money, and going someplace for the first time and experiencing it, you'll remember it so much more. Like instead of going to Gatlinburg this summer, my family and I went to North Carolina. So we were still in the mountains, but we experienced less crowds, and sometimes you'll see just different experiences. Maybe it feels less commercialized that way. Maybe instead of going to the Gulf Coast this fall, you can go to the Caribbean, like I'm going next week to Curacao.
Oh, look at you. My gosh, I'm jealous already. But when it comes to Disney, we do have some video of Disney. What makes that I would say difficult to go right now, or is it a good time to go?
This is a great time to go. A lot of people don't realize that September is one of the lowest travel months, if not the lowest of the entire year. Why? Everyone has traveled in the summer. They're getting back in the groove of things. They have school, we have college football. So what happens then, you don't have fall breaks yet. You don't have the holiday season, which is a huge time for travel. So September becomes a sleepy month for travel. It's also hurricane season. So as long as you can avoid the actual hurricanes, then you're going to get some real good deals out there.
All right. Now, as you know, the holidays surprisingly are fast approaching. Why should people choose experiences over the traditional Christmas gifts?
Now, there's nothing wrong with giving traditional gifts, but what we have found with our family is you can only have so much stuff. And our boys, ages 12 and 7, they'll play with something for a little while, or when they were younger, they would play with it, and not too long after that, it's going to be discarded on the floor. But an experience will last long after that time has passed. You have the excitement building up to that time, the actual time, and then afterwards. So I think that experiences make the best gifts, whether it's a big trip, whether it's Disney or a Caribbean cruise or going to Europe, or it can be a day pass somewhere. Like maybe you have an annual pass to go to the zoo, the aquarium, a children's museum. So it doesn't have to be a big elaborate event. It could be a day trip or a weekend trip, but those experiences are things that your whole family can take advantage of together.
Great advice. And before we let you go, I cannot believe start thinking about spring break right now?
Yes, definitely. A lot of people wait until January and February to start thinking about spring break, and by then it's a little too late, Tanya, because all the best places have already been taken, or they're so high. So if you go now, or if you start planning now, you can go ahead and get your passports ordered. That way you're not stressed, are they going to come in time? You can start tracking those flight prices, which are going to be at that sweet spot 3 to 5 months before you're traveling. So this is when you should be planning and booking your spring break trip, not after the holidays.
All right. Well, thank you so much there, Heather Tate, for joining us this afternoon with